Hey everyone, welcome to Bodies in Tune and thank you for joining me for this full body stretch session. We're going to stretch lots of different muscles in our body, so our hamstrings, core muscles, back muscles, shoulder muscles, everything. It's a great session if you've just been on a run or done some exercise, or it's just good if you want to wake up your body and stretch it all out. It's going to be about half an hour. And we're going to hold all of the stretches for about 40 seconds to a minute. And of course, we have some tunes to help us tune in and focus. So if you want to come to a lying position on your back, we're going to bring the soles of our feet together. Let the knees flop out to the side, and then just fall back onto your back. And we're going to hold this for about 40 seconds. You should feel it in your inner thighs and groin.
Looking out the window.
And if you don't feel it, you can bring your heels a little bit closer to your bum. And then just relax.
Tell me how the window down. Tell me how you make it stop. Tell me if the pain goes down.
We're just opening up our hips and we're opening up our groin and our inner thighs. Good. And then bring your knees together. Come up to a seated position. Rest your feet on the ground. We're going to hug our knees with our arms, grab opposite elbows, and then just relax your head on your knees, and I want you to push your back in the opposite direction. So use your hands to pull against the knees and stretch out that back. You should feel a really good stretch in your upper back. Keep breathing and just pull against your knees. You should feel it around the shoulders as well. Nice, guys. A few more seconds. Good. Nice. You should feel a really good release in your upper back. Okay, so now take your hands behind your back and pick up your right foot and just hook it underneath your left knee. And then start to tiptoe the left foot back towards your bum. And then you can bring your hands a little bit closer to your bum. And with the strength of your right leg, I want you to push that right knee away from you. Good. You should feel it in your right glute, your right quad.
You gotta know, I'm feeling love. Let it go, I never loved another one, another you. It's gotta be.
And if you don't, you can take your hands even closer to your back. Make sure your back is nice and neutral and upright. And keep pushing that right knee away from you.
I might as well be
10.
I said a smile in the years, a dripping rose. Can be the one for me. I know the soul will be my warden.
Nice. And let's do the other side. So take the hands away if you want to, give them a bit of a shake. And then pick up the left foot, hook it underneath the right knee, and then tiptoe the hands towards your bum. Good. Pushing that left knee away from you. Good. Keeping the back upright and neutral. And again, you should feel it in your left glute, your left quad, a bit in your hamstring as well, left hip. Good. Let's hold this for about 40 seconds. You can also bring the right foot a little bit closer towards you as well to intensify that stretch. Hold it for a bit longer. Nice, guys. And then take that left foot away. Good. Okay, come to a kneeling position. And then if you're on a mat, I want you to bring your knees as wide as the mat. If not, we're just taking them a little bit wider than our hips. And curl the toes so they're just flat. I want to take both the hands behind you, okay? And we're going to lift our hips up, lift our waist up. Bring the hands a little bit closer. Good. The big toes are touching. And we can take the head back if that feels good. If not, we can just keep the head like this. You can drop the hips as much as you like. You should feel a really intense stretch in your quads. Both sides. Good. Feel a bit of a stretch in your core as well, and the more we push our chest up, the more of a stretch we'll feel in the chest as well. This is a really good stretch to do because it's the opposite of what we do on a day-to-day basis. So we're opening up the chest, stretching the shoulders as well. Good. For a little bit longer. Good. Nice, guys. Okay, let's come on to all fours. So I'm going to go this way. And make sure the wrists are underneath your shoulders, knees underneath your hips. And we're just going to do a few cat and cow. So take the head up, push the tummy down towards the floor. Good. Nice. And then do the opposite. So push the floor away with your hands, drop the head, dome the spine, suck the tummy up.
Feels like a song that watch how the sun creeps in.
And then the opposite. Good. Last time, drop the head, push the spine up, create a nice dome shape. Good. This is a really good stretch for your back. And also the wrists as well, stretching out the arms, the shoulders. Good. And then this this time, pick up the right arm, take it up, and then thread the needle. So scoop the arm underneath, look to the left, resting the head on the floor. This is a really good stretch for the right shoulder because we're scooping it underneath and pulling it to the left. And hold that for 40. Good, same on the left hand side. So pick up the left arm, big circle round, scoop it underneath. Good. And again, hold this for 40. Guys, and then back onto all fours, and we're going to come to the world's greatest stretch. So just come into a high plank position, again making sure the wrists are underneath the shoulders, and pick up the left leg, take it to the outside of the left hand. Good. Now if you want to work on a bit of strength and stretching, you can stay like this. If you just want to work on stretching, you can drop the back knee. Good. You should feel it in your left hip flexor. Good. And let the left knee just flop out to the side as well. If you want to intensify, you can come onto your forearms. You should feel it in your groin as well, and let's hold this for 40. Lost and found the second time around. For me, now I see. Would not rest alone on midnight. Roll us midnight. Roll us midnight. You can come onto the outside of your left foot as well. Good. A few more breaths. Nice, guys. And then come back up. Take the left leg back, and the same on the right side. So right leg to the outside. And again, if you're working on strength and a bit of stretching, you can keep it up. The left knee up. If not, drop the left knee. Good. Let that right knee fall out to the side. Good. Sinking the hips forward. You can look to the right as well. Good. Again, if you want to intensify, you can come down to the forearms. And then come back up onto your hands. That right leg comes back, and then we're going to come into pigeon. So stay in this plank position. I'm going to go back to the left side. So picking up the left leg, you're going to bring the left foot to the right hand, and then just stretch your leg back, and then bending the left leg, so we're bringing the left knee to the left hand. For some of us, this might be as far as we can go. We're trying to keep the left foot and the knee in a straight line. And also try not to collapse into that left thigh and that left hip. Try to keep them level. So if you do have a block, you could slot a block underneath your left thigh. If not, just keep your hands here to help you stay level. Good. And this is a really great stretch for our left glutes and our hamstrings. Hip flexor on this right side, quad on the right side as well. And then let's come to our chest, and you can rest your head on the floor. I'm going to hold this for about 20 seconds now. Nice, guys. And then bring those hands back up to an upright position. Curl the right toes under, lift up the leg and take it back. Good. And then just come into a downward facing dog, sending the hips up. Feet about hip distance apart. Good. And then just come onto your tiptoes. Good. Tiptoes again. Good. Just do this for few breaths. Nice. And then let's come to pigeon on the right hand side. So pick up that right leg, taking the right foot to the left hand side, right knee down. Good. You might be different on a different side. So for me, this right side, I can't get my heel in line with my right knee. It has to come back quite a bit more, which is fine. I just got a tighter hip on this right hand side. Good. Again, some of you might need to use our hands to keep us upright. If you do have a block, you can slot it underneath. Good. You should feel it in your right glute, also in your quad, and on the left side as well, your left hip flexor. And let's bring the chest forward. Collapse it on the floor. Hold this for another 10. Come back to an upright position. Hands in front of you, pick up that right leg, take it back into the downward facing dog again. And then come forward, come into a kneeling position, and we're just going to stretch out our toes. So curl them under. Good. And then just sit back onto your heels. Good. You might want to place your toes out so they're curled. Good. And then just relax in this position. Sit back, try and put as much weight as you can into your feet. Good. This is a really good stretch for our toes, something we rarely do, so it might feel a bit weird for some of you, but it's also a really good stretch for the soles of your feet. Good, let's hold this for another 10 if we can. Nice, guys. And then I want you to just bring your right leg, so sit back on your heels, bring your right leg forward. Good. And then try and flex that foot. Good. And if you can, try and bring your upper body forward and grab the foot. Good. This is a really good stretch for this right hamstring. If not, if this is as far as you can go, just stay like that and try and flex the foot. Good. If you can, like I said, bring your upper body forward. You can place some weight in your elbows. Let's hold this for 40. I hope you guys are really feeling it in your hamstrings. It's a really, really good stretch for your right hamstring. Good. Nice, guys. Hold it for a few more. And if you're in this position, you can use your fingers to make sure your back's nice and neutral and extended. Good. Okay, let's go on to the other side. So bring that right leg back. And the left one forward. You might want to give it a bit of a shake. Good. Again, if this is as far as you can go, use your fingertips to just push your upper body up and nice and neutral. If you want to go forward, bring your chest forward, take your hands forward. You might be grabbing your calf or your feet. Whatever feels good. And then try and hold this as well for about 40 seconds. Another 10. Again, I hope you're feeling a really intense stretch in your left hamstring. Nice, guys. And then come to an upright position. Bring this left leg back. And then we're just going to come into a one-handed half wheel. So we're basically stretching the front of our body and stretching it in the opposite direction to what we do normally on a daily basis. So just bring your feet out in front of you, hands to the side. You're going to pick up the right arm, send it up, send the hips up. Good, send the head back if you can. Good, just hold this for 10. Good, nice, guys. And let's do the same on the other side. So right hand behind us, we pick up the left arm first, hips come up. Good. Take the head back if you can, and just push everything up to the ceiling. Nice one, guys. Let's do the same on the other side again. So left hand behind, right arm up, hips up. Good. Last time on this side. Now you should feel a really good stretch all on the front of your body, so quad, core, shoulders, everything. And then take it back. Nice, guys, well done. Okay, let's come into puppy pose. So this is a really good stretch for your lower back and also your shoulders. So have your knees underneath your hips so they're in a line, and then take your arms forward. Collapse your chest. Good. Nice, guys. And if you've got a mirror, that's obviously helpful. But you should be able to feel that there's quite a lot of weight in your chest. Good. Stretching those shoulders, the lower back. And take your head to the side. Good. Hold this for 10 more. Good. Nice, guys. And then come up to your all fours. Good. And then just come onto your feet, downward facing dog. Going to walk your hands back to your feet. Good. Nice, guys. And then just keep the body collapsed forward. Grab opposite elbows. Swing from left to right. Should feel a really good stretch in your right hamstring, your left hamstring. Try to keep your chest to your knees. If that means bending your legs, then that's okay. And then walk forward again into a downward facing dog, and then come, bring your hips down and come into an upward facing dog. Let your thighs rest on the floor, and if it feels good, take your head back. Make sure the shoulders are nice and low. You should feel a really good stretch in your core and also in your lower back. Good. Just come to downward facing dog once more. Good. Onto the tiptoes, roll forward, hips down, relax the thighs on the floor, head up. Good. And just look to the right. Good. Look to the left. Once more, look to the right. And look to the left. Good. Downward facing dog again. Walk the hands back. Good. And then come to a standing position, rolling up nice and slowly. Good. Nice. And the last stretch we're going to do is for the shoulders. I'll just show you side on. If you take your hands back and interlace your fingers, and I just want you to collapse your chest forward. Good. Push the bum back, and then bring the shoulders forward. Bring the arms overhead. Good. You should feel a really good stretch in the hamstrings and also in your shoulders as well, and a little bit in the arms. If that's too much, you can always just grab opposite elbows. Let's hold this for 20 more. Nice, guys, and then bring the upper body up. Great, well done. I hope you feel like you've stretched your body out. Hopefully we focused on lots of different parts of the body, so I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope the music helped, and enjoy my other videos. Thank you.